morning, America and the rest of the world. Xander J. Hopson here. This here is another episode of The Devil's Advocate, brought to you by the Brilliant Artist Movement. Hey, listen, folks, before we go any farther, do me a solid. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like or the hate button, and share this video. I'm trying to get my numbers up. You guys might have noticed that I went from the really cool music of the animals to just the sound of the speed bag pounding. And the reason why I have to do this is because I got to try to monetize my broadcast. And after listening to O'Shea Duke Jackson talking about how he made $10,000 a month on YouTube, I mean, why wouldn't I want to try to monetize this? I got to get me some really cool music. So if it's somebody out there who makes beats and we can agree on a price that's mutually beneficial to both of us, I'd be interested in talking to you. You know, this is the brand that I'm trying to build, the brand being the Brilliant Artist Movement and Xander J. Hopson, stand-up comedian and entertainer. Man, I gotta go back to my man Kevin Samuels, man. I gotta go back to Kev. And the thing about Kevin Samuels, right? You either love this brother or you hate him, you know. And probably some people on the middle ground that stands neutral, you know. I'm quite fond of Kev myself personally, because Kevin Samuels says a lot of things that resonates with me. So when you hear someone echo your opinions and points of views, but they echo them in a different dialect or accent, you say to yourself, man, I like where that cat coming from, man, because I was just saying that very same thing the other day. You know, now the flip side is the people who get mad at Kevin and you know, spew the hate against the brother. Hey man, that's because Kevin Samuels pulled up their toilet seat and shitted on the bullshit that they've been telling themselves for years and years and years. And they feel directly assaulted by this man. Even though Kev is not even in the same room with them, not even in the same state, but nevertheless, they're infuriated because Kevin said something, and although he wasn't talking about them, but he was talking directly to them, because they themselves are caught up in a similar situation and they don't like it, and hearing it from an outside source makes them feel like a gaduff. And if you don't know what a gaduff is, it means a goddamn fool. And it pissed him off. For example, he might have said something like, hey, listen, ma'am, you're not his girlfriend. You're just some chick he's banging. That's it. And once again, when he said that, it resonates with a lot of women because, you know, that's the situation they in, and it hurts. And then they feel justified to call in and defend themselves. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you. I love when those people call in and try to match wits with the Kevstinator. Kev tears them a new ass based on the truth. You know, first of all, people, don't debate a person or argue with a person when they have solid facts to support their position. I was listening to one of Kev's broadcasts and he was going back and forward with this sister. And ladies, please understand, I'm not a woman hater and I'm not a saber hoe guy. I'm a man that's in the middle. Women love and respect me. I love and respect women. And I don't deal with a lot of the issues that some of the brothers do. However, in this case, Kev was talking to the sister, and this sister had all this advice and opinions on marriage. And Kev gave this sister the coup de grace by saying, "Excuse me, miss, are you married or have you ever been married?" I don't have to tell you that there was a long silence before she said no. Which again, just goes to what I just said. Don't argue the facts if you know that you're arguing against good, solid facts and that the stuff that you're putting up is nonsense. Just roll with it and say, "Ah, you got me." You know, another thing, Kev, he hit some of these guys on. He hit some of these guys with, yo, man, so basically you going down to Brazil and the Dominican Republic to buy pussy. You know, the jokers don't want to hear that. "Ah, how dare he?" You know, or something that he might have touched on. And the thing is, right? Hey, man, the man telling the truth. If you gotta travel to another country to get some pussy, to get some dick, hey, man, you're fucked up. You know? Now, again, if you do that in your recreation, that's something different. I've traveled the world and I've sampled the cuisines of the feminine natives. But it was business. It wasn't personal. I knew what I was doing, but I don't have a problem getting it in back here with the charm and the good looks and the confidence. You know? But again, when Kevin might say something that touches on a soft spot with someone, people go through the ceiling. You know, not too long ago, I was listening to a broadcast, and Kev asked the guy, did he have a big dick? And I'm gonna be totally honest with you, Kev. I wouldn't care if a nigga had a big dick or not. However, I knew where you were going, and as a result of that, I didn't think you were gay or anything like that, and I wouldn't make any allegations because, once again, only thing Kev was saying to the guy was, well, wait a minute, man, you're overweight, you're not making hardly no money, well, do you at least have a big dick? I get, again, it's not something I would have asked a person, but I understand the clinical approach that Kevin was taking toward this boy, because it's like, what the fuck are you bringing to the table, man? You know, you ain't making no money, you're overweight, your confidence sucks. Well, you must have a big dick to be standing here speaking in such an entitled way that you should expect something, because, sir, you are clearly a loser. So the only thing that you must have going for you is you must got a dick down to your kneecap. Now, again, that was a bit extreme, Kev, and I wouldn't have did it, but I understand the point that you were making. See, folks, iron sharpens iron, and if you don't have the stones, then you don't need to be around people like Kevin Samuels and myself, because the truth is the light, but a lot of times the truth hurts, even though we want to know it. My background is the hard, gritty streets of Philadelphia, the boxing ring and the boxing gyms of Philadelphia, and the United States Marine Corps. And I don't think I have to tell you that I came up hard. And in coming up hard, I had to hear the truth, no matter how ugly and how gritty, because often enough, my well-being and at times my life depended on me hearing the truth. So that's why when I hear a guy like Kevin Samuels talk, I don't get in my feelings, because the truth is good for you people. You just gotta have the skin to take it, but you should always seek the truth. Not too long ago, I was listening to Kevin Samuels, and although I don't go around thinking about high value men and all of that kind of stuff, I realized that I'm not a high value man in accordance with the definition of being a high value man. The main thing that disqualified me from being a high value man is I'm essentially a loner, and I don't really have the social network that would make me a high value man. Yeah, I got people that I'm on good terms with and I have a casual and passive relationship, but these networks that's essential to help you get shit done, I don't have them, you know. And in Kevin's definition of a high value man, he clearly made it clear, like, hey man, it's not about the money. The money is just one component. It's about these other factors. And again, I wasn't offended. I just actually scratched my head and said, wow, I never took that into consideration, because the importance of such a thing never even occurred to me, because I've been moving along and functioning in life just fine up until now, until I made this transition into where I want to go. Now I'm going to get ready to wrap this up. I'm going to wrap this up by saying this. Kevin Samuels, you either love him or hate him because he says something that resonates with you in a good way or a bad way. Number two, Xander J. Hopson, stand-up comedian and entertainer, founder of the Brilliant Artist Movement. I'm retired Air Force, and I'm trying to build my network, and I want to do this entertainment thing. So with that said, leave any comments in the remarks section. I welcome favorable comments, and I also welcome constructive criticism. And if you just want to say, man, fuck you, man, shut up, you black bastard, I welcome that too. It ain't personal, it's business with me. But understand, even though I like Kev, and a lot of the stuff that he says resonates with me, I don't agree with everything he say. And if Kevin Samuels say something that I disagree with, Kev, like it or not, I'm gonna be on you like a leopard. Know that. Folks, I don't mind telling you, right? I was a tad bit nervous. When I came up here, right? But I sucked it up, because I used to be a fighter. You might not know it from the casual glance, but I was the shit back in the 80s. Golden Gloves champion, ABF champion, Junior Olympic champion. And my very last fight, was against the great Bernard Hopkins. Y'all know who he is, right? So we out in Las Vegas at the Nationals. Me and Bernard walking around in the locker room. We sizing each other up. He looking at me, I'm looking at him. Next thing you know, we standing there in the center of the ring. Referee gave us our instructions. And the last thing he said, guys, I want a good, clean fight. Touch gloves and come out fighting. Folks, Bernard said something to me I'll never forget. Just as we touched gloves, Bernard said, good luck and good night. So when I woke up, right, I'm back in the locker room. So I turned to my coach, I said, Smiley, I said, what happened, man? He said, man, it was the damnedest thing. When Bernard told you good night, you fainted. I'm done with it.